everybody, AJ here. You know we gotta test the sound. Actually, let the timer go. uh, Give me a second to catch up and hear the audio, and then we're gonna get started. Hope everybody's doing well. Give me a second here. All right, audio sounds fine to me. Let me turn off the automatic messages. I'm sliding my Stream Deck pedal here so I can do that easier. Hey, good morning, everybody. AJ, the CEO here, and no, I have not updated that. Thank you for joining. You know what we do. Typically, every Friday, as long as I'm in town, we try and do a Q&A to try and answer some of your questions and get through the foolishness and try and give you some straight answers to help you out with your media ministry at no cost. Do you like that? It's free. I know I've had a bunch of emails, man. I've been playing catch up, so my apologies. But just let you know, if I don't get to your email, you can always email me at questions@ajhomes.com. Give me 72 to now 96 hours to see if I can respond back to you. Just a lot of stuff is going on, which I'm very thankful for. But hey, we'll try and get as best as we possibly can. And another disclaimer, folks, for the people who do know my personal number, do not call me to try and jump the line, folks. I have Dee as my admin. She handles my schedule. I don't book anything myself. Everything goes through Dee because I'm juggling a lot and I had to learn delegation and handing some stuff over to her. So if you email me, or even if you email at questions at ajhomes.com and it needs to go into something like a consultation or something like that, yes, you could go to my website, but Dee ultimately handles all of that. So honestly, it's the easier. You can still go to the website, but I'm just saying most likely you'll hear from her to confirm everything, or if any changes need to be made. You just can't call me directly because honestly, most of the time I'm in the middle of doing something. So that's why I can't really do something off the cuff like that. If you don't mind, folks, if you go ahead and hit that like button. I hope you'll be subscribed because that's the only way now on my live streams that you can actually leave a message. You have to be subscribed. I want to thank Mike. He is my moderator. He was on board. You try some foolishness, he will kick you out with the quickness. I have gifted him a baby Mjolnir so he can go ahead and knock you out there if you're acting up a little bit on the stream. But I think that's it. And you said volume is low. I don't know. I feel like I'm talking really loud. I'll turn it up a little bit. Now it's super loud for me. But hey, we got there. Let's go ahead and give some shout outs to everybody who is joining me. If I can find my mouse. Where's it at? There you go. Let's see who is here. Mike Jones. Hello, hello. Of course, Mike Fair, who is moderator. I already talked about that. Brian Jones, hello. We got a whole bunch of Joneses on here. Parker Jennings, hello. Darius O'Kane, hello. Norm, hello. Joshua, hello. Keith, hello. Sean White, hello. Carriers of the Covenant Ministries, hello. Adam, what's up? Christopher, hello. Who else we got out here? Reverend Richard, hello. Sky Alchemist, hello. Mitch Roy from Jamaica, hello. John Cook, hello. Let me see. Matt, hello. Francisco, what's up? Tried to call you, Francisco. Try to give you a call back. Mousy, I haven't seen you in a minute. Hello, how are you? Yeah, so that's what we got, folks. So let's go ahead. Hey, fire away your questions, folks. Now, actually, before I do that, I do have a video that honestly, I've been taking a whole week to edit it because I'm trying to be nice and pristine with my video editing. It is the ups and downs. Well, actually, let me see if I can just show you the image here. And I don't even have my ATEM software up so that I can control what's going on. Where's the image? Where's my thumbnail? And we talked about it, but like I said, I really want to put a video out like this because I'm seeing a couple of comments, even so far, talking about something like this that I think is really, really important. Where are we at? I'm going to do media number 2 and media number 2. All right. So what we want to do is this video is called Church Live Streaming Cameras, Pros and Cons, Picking the Right Camera for Your System. As I see a whole lot of people out here doing a typical, hey, best camera for your live stream, 2001, 2002. I'm giving my intro for the video. And I just want to give the pros and cons for each type of camera, because a lot of people recommend some stuff, in my personal opinion, that's either overpriced, underpriced, or not right for the situation. So I want to just go over some pros and cons of what might be good and what might be bad that some people might not be telling you before you go ahead and spend your hard-earned cash or the offering money for your media ministry and your live streaming. So be on the lookout for that. I need to drop that. I just want to do some more editing on it. So yeah, so I think we are good. Oh, Otis, what's going on? See some more people that dropped in here. Let's see. Yep. So that's good. All right, folks. So let me go back to page 1 and let me see if we got any questions. Like I said, fire them away, folks. I did do a poll, and I don't know if I typed it wrong or not, but I want to know, do y'all think I should do another PC build and do it as a giveaway for a streaming system? I have some parts that would make a very good streaming system or a very, very, very good presentation system. I got my hands on an RX 5570. Yes, it's an older graphics card, but that's not the point. It is a graphics card, and you don't need something intensive for presentations. It has multiple outs, so you can have multiple monitors, multiple audience displays, whether you use Pro Presenter, whatever software. Let me know. Live streaming PC build or presentation PC build. Let me know. And I'm looking through here to try and find some questions. I'm actually tired, folks. I think yesterday I finished doing some stuff at Signs and Wonders, got home, passed out at 3, woke up at 9, went back over to Signs and Wonders, saw the wall that they've taken down, came back home, tried to go to sleep, couldn't, went back over to the church at 4 o'clock in the morning, hung the speakers, the mounts, finished the cabling in the ceiling for the video distribution. Then I came back home and I've been asleep for about an hour and a half. So it's going to be very, very interesting. All right. Norm, I don't know if this is necessarily a question, but I'm just going to bring it up. My church has a problem with the cost to start live streaming, but paid a computer store $1,500 to upgrade the PC for the church secretary. $1,500 for upgrading the system for the, like, what did they put in it? Gold? I mean, plus, what is your church secretary using her computer for? I mean, out of all the systems I built, I don't even build a system that costs that much, unless they throwing in a whole bunch of stuff that's probably you don't need. John wants to know, how much post-editing do y'all do on your sermons? I'm working on one now, and it's taking me forever, it seems. So many tongue clicks and breath noises. Do you edit those out or leave them? You know what? Well, honestly, John, for stuff like that, I don't. But a software that I just got billed again for that I have not had a chance to do a review on, you might want to look into a program called Descript. Descript actually is a pictorial or a word-based video editor, which will turn any video into text. And I'm like, you know what? I might as well do it now. I think this will be a cool way to show you. I have an account. Where is... Let me log in real quick. And... all right, let me show you how this works. It's really, really cool. Let's cut over to the computer. And let me just go down, get up out the way. Yeah. All right, so this is the script. It's web-based or you can download it. So I'm going to start a new project here. And I'm gonna get back to your comment there, John. I'm gonna go ahead and do a new project, and I'm just gonna say, let me mute this, and I'm gonna just say signs and wonders. I'm gonna do this mainly because this video is short. All right, so we got this, and now I'm just gonna pick this file, and this is the live streaming test that we did at Signs and Wonders that Pastor Taylor wanted to do. So I'm gonna bring this in here, and I'm gonna say Pastor Taylor. And what it does, it actually is going to take all of the text that is being said and transcribe it. So I'm gonna just give it a second. As you can see, I don't know if you can see it because I'm blocking here. It's actually saying it's transcribing right now. So it's at 67%, but this is really cool. So John, what this does is it actually has a, I forgot the terms that it says, but it actually gets rid of all the uhs. As you see, it's the uhs and everything, the you knows. It actually highlights those, and you can press a button that gets rid of that. So if I come here to edit, and where is it at? This is what I get for trying to do this on the fly. Oh yeah, remove filler words right here. So as you can see, if I played this, and let me unmute this so you can hear. So if I played this right now, I think, let me skip forward some. There we go.
The span of what you can span, just that one area. How about the other cameras and stuff? How far they look like?
Now the mics were really low. That's why I got the volume so loud here. So as you can see, it's turning the video into text.
So it's something to give to some of the viewers of what we've been working on for over the last 30 days as we are preparing.
So right here, so they got this word wrong. So I can come on here and correct this and say, as we are preparing, and actually take that away and correct this one, preparing. Now, I don't have time to do this, but it can process a person's voice and it will learn them. So when I make corrections like this, it will use AI to speak in my voice the corrections of the words. But this is good because now this text, after you make corrections, you can download it as subtitles and push it directly in. But more importantly, you see all these underlines. Let's go here to remove filler words. And then I want to apply to all. And now it's gotten rid of all of those. And it's just that simple. And it removed them from the text, but it removed them from the video.
Vehicle and instrument, a hub that will be giving the word of God out. I want you to come. I want you to be there. Listen, we're in the middle of reconstruction. It may not look wonderful right now, but in a few weeks, it's going to look absolutely wonderful. And we're just excited about what God is doing and has done.
I mean, really, really slick. And this is really user-friendly. So even if you're not a big-time video editor, just from getting subtitles and easily removing gaps. I mean, that was a press of a button, John, to get rid of this. So Descript is like $30 a month, and I've been using it. Well, I've been paying for it for 4 months because I've been meaning to do a video, but I just haven't had a chance to. So that is Descript.com. Let me open it up so y'all can see exactly where it is. And let me know if anybody is using this or not. I mean, it is a great, great tool. Again, here it is right here. All-in-one audio video editing is easy for podcasting, transcription, screen recording, and it just turns it into text for you to edit. Really, really slick. Like I said, I've been meaning to do a video on it on a church sermon, but John, your question lined it up. Now, is everybody saying there's no sound? I'm seeing feed. Test, test. Transcription, screen recording. Could y'all not hear me? Hold on. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I had my local computer muted. So I was like, the audio not come through. But the software is called Descript. I will put a link in the description. And honestly, you can always get a trial and test it out. I think it's really, really cool. It makes it really easy. All right. I think I blabbed enough. Let me see where we're left off at. So that was John. So that was a button press, so that can really make you work good. All right. Everybody said they can hear me fine. I thought it was saying no sound, but that's probably an old statement. But anyway, Joshua wanted to know what wireless handhelds and lapel battery packs are budget friendly from Shure. Now, it's not from Shure, but I actually got this recommendation from Elder J. Kyle, and I've actually used these on 2 installs, and I'm waiting for another batch of them to come in today. It's actually the GTD Audio, and this line, from what I was told, is these were made by engineers who used to work from Shure. I don't know if it's 100%. I trust the person who told me this. These are, and I guess I should go full screen so you can see them. This is a couple of mics that I've used a couple of times before. They do have some higher versions. They have this pack, and they have another pack that will give you 4, as well as you can swap it out with hit packs or something like that. But these are the ones that I've used. And then actually these are the ones that Pastor Taylor was just using on that video that I just showed you. Those are the new mics. We have 4 of them, and then they have some other ones that have a hit pack. So it's 4 of those. Yeah. Either 4 handhelds, 2 and 2, or 4 hit packs. So really good mix. Sound great to me. My brother-in-law and at their church, they've been using these for, 2 years, and they've been happy with them. So I took their recommendation, and they're working great. Let's see. Where do we leave off at? I hope y'all are having a very good day. All right, Sean, I think I missed your comment here. It was saying, it's funny being on a live stream. I'm watching the Signs and Wonders Day 8 on my TV at the same time. Yeah, I made a short video of when I was this morning. So actually it would be day 8.5 because it was really short. I just ran the cable to the other TV and stuff like that. But hey, I appreciate y'all watching the stuff. Keith looks like he's about ready to be introduced to our ministry that we talked about. We're getting ready to move to a new location that does not have an Ethernet outlet nearby. What is the best way, and what can I use to connect the Ethernet? That is CSAA Ministry right there on the spot. Crawl Space and Attic Ministry. You can pull one yourself. You could use a power line adapter that just plugs into a power outlet, as long as both of the outlets are on the same I don't want to say line. I don't know why the word just escaped me, but on the same circuit. That's the one. As long as they're on the same circuit, it can use power lines. It's not going to be as fast as Ethernet, but I know I've used that for quite a while when the powers that be didn't want me to run Ethernet cables. You could always check that out. Those are power line adapters. I talked about the mics and I didn't include them in here. Sorry about that. GTD audio mics. Let's see. Mike Jones. I can only stream using my data plan from my iPad because the internet in my area is too slow. How can I integrate my A10 Mini with my iPad so that I can use the camera already installed? I gotta think on that one. I have my iPad here, and I'm not sure if there's a way to share the internet with this. I've never tried. That's what I'm getting ready to go into right now and see. I don't believe you can share the internet. I mean, the idea is if you were able to turn on a hotspot with your network, yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to do that. At least off the top. Currently, as of right now, I'm not aware of how to do that. But I'm wondering if you have it on your iPad. I mean, on your iPad, do you have an iPhone? Because I was gonna say you could just use your. If it's like that, well, no. I'm wondering because you can. I'm thinking about doing tethering. I'm sorry, I'm stammering, but I'm just trying to think this because I've never tried it with an iPad. Because you could always hook up a phone and tether, but it doesn't look like the iPad gives you an option to tether in here, unless there's an app that you can download. Because I'm looking through my stuff and I just don't see a tether option. But let me know. Do you have an iPhone at all? And I'm just thinking maybe you could just transfer that functionality over to that. That's the only thing I can think of right now. Matt here. We use vMix recently added an A10 Mini Stream as a switcher between multiple cameras. We export our feed to YouTube and Facebook through vMix. Since adding the A10, our Facebook stream is a bit laggy at times. Well, Matt, what is handling the stream? Is vMix still handling the stream? Because if so, well, if it's only Facebook, yeah, let me know what is handling the stream. Is it vMix itself, or is it the A10? I'm assuming it's vMix if y'all are doing it that way, but just confirm with me before I go any further with that. Well, John, I really appreciate that. I always look forward to Fridays, not for the weekend, but because of the Q&A. Hey, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. All right, let me see. Chad, thank you so much for the super chat. I really appreciate that. Let's see. Thanks for sharing your experience with all us church tech volunteers. Hey, I appreciate it. Thank y'all for coming in and listening. I mean, I used to do these for quite a while, and I was solo in a lot of this stuff. But hey, I'm appreciative. It's other people out there just like me doing this media ministry stuff. Let me see where we left off. That's page 4. Let's go to page 3. All right, talking about missing my notifications. Yeah, I was asking Mousy how she's been. I'm good. Was missing my notifications. I'm usually teaching no kids today. All righty. Joshua, back to that follow-up. Honestly, it depends. If I want, I bounce between Amazon. Mainly, I get a lot of stuff from Amazon just because I can get everything in one place and I'm not paying for taxes and shipping from multiple locations. That's why I normally do Amazon. When it comes to, but the thing with Amazon, 10% of the stuff they sell. And most of the other ones are more vendors themselves that host on Amazon. If they're prone to mark stuff up. And I know that because I used to sell stuff on Amazon, and that's just how the business is. But if I need something like audio stuff, like all these X32s that I've been ordering to install, I don't order those from Amazon. I'm getting those from Sweetwater, because I can get a bundle, I can get free shipping, all this other stuff. If I want high-end camera stuff that I know is going to be handled with care, that's where I would get stuff from BH Photo. I've also done to Marker Tech. I've also done Adorama. It's a few high-end AV manufacturers distributors that I just go through when I really, really, really need to. All my Unify stuff I buy directly from Unify, just because, like I said, some stuff gets marked up for like no reason. Like the cameras that come from Unify are $79, the ones that I have for security, but on Amazon they're selling them for $200. Like, no, I'm not doing that. But all the JTD audio I've gotten from Amazon, and they work great for me. Fingers, what is going on? Francisco was saying the live streaming system. Robert was saying live streaming. Let's see. Hi, AJ. Is there any way to control what a wall-mounted TV is broadcasting between PowerPoint from a computer and the actual live feed? I would recommend the digital signage. You can send a live stream to that, as well as different stuff. Or if you really, really need to, just get like a Roku or something like that, or a Google Chromecast, and then you can send whatever. But, because from the Chromecast, then you can send a live stream if you're doing it, but it's going to be delayed from your live site. Need to know more exactly what you want to be on there, because if you're trying to do PowerPoint from the computer and the actual live feed, you could do a wireless HDMI. It might be a little laggy. Maybe it might be behind by maybe a second or two. But it also, like I said, it depends on where that monitor is relative to your actual live sound. Let's see. So I see a lot of people are talking about plugins with the DAW and everything like that to help with sound. Norm has to agree with me. That's a lot of profit in that $1,500 upgrade for the secretary. That's serious. Jackie, that is Descript. That was that software there, Descript.com. And vMix, they keep doing all these updates. I wish they would do an update to where they would stop, at least show me the link that I'm on. Hey, Adam, thank you for the super chat. I really appreciate it. Thank y'all so much, folks. Let's see. Number 4. There. Now we're on page number 3. Yeah, Norm. He says the PTZ optics is usually the lowest camera those guys find acceptable. Now, hey, I got some great news, folks. I actually reached out to my contacts at SMTAV, as well as Ada Imaging. SMTAV, I'm working with them to send me a sample of their 4K PTZ camera. So we're going to be testing that out. Unfortunately, we're not keeping this one. We're just going to review it and send it back. But then I'm also working with Ada Imaging. Ada Imaging has some new PTZ cameras that they're coming out with. And I asked them if I can sample one for them. And they said, yeah, the only thing is these cameras look so good that they are heavily back ordered. So once they become available, that is what they're going to send me one. And we're going to take it for a spin to see what it can do. Let me see if I can show you the new one that I saw. You've probably been seeing it all over the place. I think it's this one. Here, I think it's going for like $750. Don't quote me on the price. Yep, $795. and it has NDI built in. It's an 18X. So I'm looking forward to checking this out when they sending this to me. It's not going to be no time soon because it's heavily back ordered. But again, I just appreciate the connections with companies, and I can able to talk to them. And then mainly they know that I cater to houses of worship and ministries. And, a lot of ministries are now buying into this equipment to enhance their media ministry. So I like to give y'all a candid approach of how, what other products that y'all can use from a ministry standpoint that, again, does not break the budget, but can actually, hey, take the term that we always talk about, modernize your media ministry. So be on the lookout for that, folks. I can't promise anything, but I will see if I can keep it. If I keep it, I'll probably gonna try and do it as a giveaway or something like that. But don't hold me to that yet. I don't like making promises unless I know that I can actually do it. But yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Ray L was saying, good morning, sir. Thank you. You have better understanding of how things should work. Thank you. Hey, I'm glad I'm able to help. What I say from an IT standpoint, we've broken stuff so much. I've broken stuff so much that I know how not to do it. So that's what I'm trying to share with y'all. Let's see. VMix, please just change the color of the page that I'm on in VMix Social. That will make it so much easier for me to go from here. All right. Live stream. Okay, I already did that. That question, we did that. All right. You got some new people to join. Thank you for Mr. Clarence. Hello, sir. How are you doing? Scott, hey, what's going on? Man, we had I'm not gonna do a shameless plug like this, but I must say that our last roundtable was great. We got real transparent, talked about a bunch of struggles that everybody's going through, because everybody is going through one. And again, I want to promote the roundtable. It is completely free to join the roundtable. It's every other Sunday, so it's not going to be this Sunday. It's going to be next Sunday, and it's just meant to get around a group of people who are like-minded people, and we talk about the good, the bad, the ugly, praise reports. We pray for each other. We work with each other to help build each other up. And I ended up revealing a little bit about my backstory that some people did not know, and they were very surprised about it. And actually, nobody should know, because it wasn't, I was doing it to promote it. But I just want to show that everybody is going through some stuff. And, thankfully that, if we focus on the mission and the task at hand that God has given us, it allows us to get through that stuff. But more importantly, this group is not just a support from a tech standpoint. It is for us to lift each other up, and that's what that was. All YouTube members and Patreon supporters have access to watch the recordings of that. So if you want to, you can click the join button below in YouTube, and you can get access to them. Or for $1 a month, you go to patreon.com and you have access to every single one that's been uploaded. I think we started uploading them a year ago. So you at least have a few of them, at least 30, I believe. My count might be off, but yeah. And again, all the funds that go to my YouTube membership and Patreon, that goes back into giveaways. We still have that goal that we haven't hit yet of getting YouTube members as well as Patreon supporter funds up to donations up to $1,000 a month. Once it gets to that, we're going to start giving away $1,000 worth of AV equipment. So somebody from a YouTube member or a Patreon, whether we'll put a vote out there for what's going to be done, whether it be an A10 Mini Extreme, whether it be a PTZ camera, whether it be a joystick, it's going to be left to the community, because that's what y'all are doing. Y'all are not giving that to line my pocket so I can buy a Tesla. No, it's my way of being able to bring this together and help other ministries. And y'all help me, so I try and help y'all. So that's what that is all about. Let's see, page 4. Okay, Chad is said he has been using the script for a couple of years and great software. Awesome, awesome. Norm, yes, it does work with audio as well too. So you can just upload audio. It doesn't have to be video, and it'll still transcode it as well too. Paul from Malaysia, hey, thanks for joining. Robert, would love to have you share with us your 2022 goals for your church media team. Well, they're going to be surprised by what I'm getting ready to say, and they shouldn't be, but they may be. My goals for the church, my church's media ministry for 2022, is for them to be able to be self-sustained without me. From the roundtables I've been talking about, I really feel that I've been being moved in a different direction. So I want to make sure that the media ministry at Antioch Baptist Church is better than it was when I first got there, and I'm not handicapping them, meaning that I always have to come into the rescue. I want to empower them to know that they are capable of doing the things themselves. They just have to show the effort to put forward to learn, just like all of y'all are, and just to show them that they can do it themselves, because I really feel, at least this is me, my calling, I'm only at certain places for a season. I'm there as long as God tells me to be there. And I'm really feeling the draw to pull away and start doing some other things like I've been doing now. Like, I'm not even at my church, maybe like one Sunday a month now, because I'm out helping so many other ministries. And I really feel that's my calling. So for my media ministry, is the last hurrah I would really like to do is to finish up making the chapel, put a camera in there and a live streaming system over there, so they're capable of live streaming over there, as well as completely upgrade the audio system in the sanctuary. That's the last thing I think I want to do. And at that point, the entire AV of my ministry has been replaced ever since they purchased the church. And then after that, that's what I really want to do. Have a team A, a team B, a team C, redundancy, that all the stuff that I was doing, video editing, website, running the service, doing announcements, all that stuff has been that skill set has been handed to somebody who wants to take it on and wants to find passion in doing that. That's my goals for 2022, so I can gracefully bow out and move on to some other things. That's my goals for that. And for me to step down from being the president. I've been the president of the media ministry for 12 years, so it's time for somebody else to take up the mantle. Joshua back was going to say, do those GT microphones have great quality? Because we got some wireless mics for about one, and they're terrible. I would say check out Gates of Faith Ministries online, because that's where co-pastor now, Jay Kyle, is, and that's the mics that they use all the time. So if I give you this link here, let's cut over here. This is their ministry page, and pretty much all their videos from quite a while have been using those mics. So check them out here. I will put a link down below for that. But hey, their sound is great. So I put a link down there. I think they sound great. Now, I know Pastor Taylor's sounded bad because I just turned them on. I haven't even tweaked them. I was just trying to get sound through the system. But we're going to dial those in, put some EQs on the mics and everything, just like we were doing at Abundant Life, but we need people who use the mics so that we can do them and have all them on speakers and everything set up. But I think they sound great. I'm actually want to get some and put them at Antioch as well too. So Mike Jones was saying, back to his original question with the iPad, he was saying that he uses Switcher Pro to stream. Yeah, I'm not, unless the iPad I'm sure they have to have some type of app that you can turn the iPad into like a hotspot that can be shared. Then it could be done like that. But natively, I'm not sure. And I need to mute my PC again. So, yeah, so my audio's come through here. That's the only thing I can think of. Chris has a good suggestion as well, too. Use a travel hotspot with switcher built in. Put in the SIM card from the iPad. Yep. Very good suggestion, Chris. Thank you. Thank you. All right, back to Matt. He was saying vMix is still handling the stream, but I don't understand. Now you said Facebook is acting like that. Is YouTube acting like that? Because if they both are, I would say probably change out the USB cable that's coming from the ATEM. That's the first thing I'm thinking. And then are you connecting? Because I'm using the ATEM Mini Extreme with vMix right now, and that's how y'all are seeing this. But I'm wondering, are you using the USB to send the video in? Is that how you're using it? Because if so, I would think maybe change the USB cable if you're seeing that. But for it to be just on Facebook and not YouTube, I don't think that's you. I think that's Facebook. Okay, so a bunch of people are suggesting the same thing as well too. Joe Watson Films, I am using vMix Social, and that's how you're getting it. So if I cut over to the computer, so you can see what's going on behind the scenes, this is my streaming system, and over to the left is vMix Social. That is what's capturing all of the, trying to get my mouse over here. That is what's capturing all of the comments right here, and it's putting it into a graphic right here that's called up every time I click on my stream deck right here in front of me. All right, John, not a problem. Yeah, I've been meaning to do a video on it. Like I said, just been really, really busy. So, yeah. And see, this is why I like the community, man. It's like, it's so many people that are willing to try and help, and a lot of good suggestions on here. You would have better off getting a T-Mobile or a Verizon 5G wireless modem instead of trying to share from the iPad if wired internet isn't available at your church. See, this is how we do things together, man. Everything's working together, sharing the collective knowledge instead of just people just trying to fend for their own and figure it out. Art, brother Art, what's going on from Phoenix? Hello, hello. Norm also suggests the Countryman E6 is a great wireless headset that works with many different wireless mic systems such as Shure. Brother Art wants to know, can a PTZ be controlled by iPad? Yes, if it's on the website. I mean, if it's on the network, you can just go to the network and control it. Some apps can connect to it. I don't know of ones off the top of my head, but if it's on the network, yes, you can. You might not have super accurate control, just like with a joystick, but I know I use that if I'm on the piano and I just bring up an app so that I can just, the web page, and I just go to it and use the preset positions. That's what I use it for. Because, I mean, for me playing, I can just press a button. I just can't move the joystick, the software screen joystick to move stuff. I can't do that. But that's how it works. Mr. Clarence said he just got his Ada imaging is shipping now. Lucky. Well, that's awesome. Let me know how that all works out for you, sir. Page 2. Love the price point on this one. Looking at the NDI PTZ, yeah, that's they're serious prices. Because at that price, that's around $50 more than the cameras I normally use. And the only, I mean, it's an 18x compared to a 20x. It's not going to be that much of a difference if you need that 20x compared to 18. But to have NDI built in, that opens up a lot of options to do that. Um, yeah, that's what I was going to say, Norm. Yeah, but it's honestly, it's about $50 cheaper. And to add the NDI license into that for that, I mean, I might consider start using that when they're more available. So KCMI 89, hey, you are not late. You are right on time. Good morning to you. All right, where we at? Fingers would like to know, do you have any experience using multi-channel wireless mic systems? The Phoenix Pro PTU 7000A keeps popping up on my Facebook feed. No, I have not used that one. Again, from when I started, I was just video. I wasn't into audio, and thankfully, we've been moving more into audio. And I got, I'll tell y'all this: it's no promises right now. We have the potential of possibly installing a digital wall, which I'm really excited about. It is a 16 foot by 9 foot that's coming in with all the equipment, the rigging, the trusses, and everything, around $10,000, which is very cheap compared to what they normally run. So I'm just waiting to hear, and y'all know I'm gonna bring y'all along for something like that, because at 10,000, that, I mean, the recent projectors that we changed, they were around like $2,700 to $3,000 each, and that was 3 projectors. At that price, we could have got a digital wall. I mean, they're really coming down in price. The lady Trust, thank you so much for the super chat. I really appreciate it. Let me see, where is it at? There you go. Thank you for sharing so openly with us. We would not have technology ministry without you. Glory to God. Thank you. Yes, all the praise, honor, and glory does go to God. And thank you so much. I am humbled every day that that call at 1 o'clock in the morning to say leave music and teach my people media. That wasn't bad sushi I ate. It was actually a true call. So I'm very humbled and thankful to be able to help as much as I possibly can. So really appreciate it, folks. Really, really, really do. Let's see. Norm, trying to follow what you said. Did I miss it? Did you mention which presentation, software presenter, worship stream presenter, or another? No, I didn't mention anything. Unless that was, oh, I'm sorry. Y'all were talking inside the chat to each other. My apologies. But that is a good thing. Christopher, I'm hoping by the fall my team can 100% go without me, because I will need to look for a position at a church much closer to where I live. Understood. I'm honestly getting called to a bunch of places to try and help with their production that bounces around different Sundays. And, I mean, as much as I love music, I really do. I've been doing music for at least 30 years now. Well, I've been playing ever since I was 8, but in a church position, it was like when I was 13. So I'm 43. So I've been playing for 30 years, which I'm very, very thankful for. I just really feel that season, I'll still do, but my season has been going into this technology to be able to help so many other ministries, which, again, I'm humbled by. But that's, that at least that's for me. In prayer time, it's like that's where I feel the call is. So, but yeah, I completely agree. And other people sharing their goals. Norm, my goal is to train one person so I don't have to be there when I feel horrible that day. Understood. We should always have some succession planning and a team B and some people to help us do it. All right, back to Matt. He was saying that YouTube is running great, no hiccups at all. If that's the case, I don't think, well, check your bit rate and everything like that in vMix. If that hasn't changed, honestly, I'm more leaning towards that's something on Facebook's side. Because if it's coming from vMix, unless it's the settings on how it's being shared, the bit rate and everything that's going to Facebook is different from the stream, the connection that vMix is sending over to YouTube, I'm thinking it's Facebook, because I'm, like I said before, I would rather everything be broke than just one thing. If there's one thing that's off, just like the TV that was at reconciliation, if all the TVs weren't working, then I can understand it. If it's one TV that's not working but everything else is, it's that TV. That's my same mindset based on just, high level view of the situation that you are, my analysis of the view that you're talking about, that you're having with that system. Reverend Richard saying every ministry needs to adopt that same mentality. When it's based on one person, it is a negative, because if one person is out, then all stops or ends. I completely agree. And then the follow-up to that comment, every ministry needs an assistant Aaron and an apprentice Joshua, as Moses had, one to help you carry the load and one you are teaching how to carry the load. Completely agree. Now, for the people who are talking about presenter, the one thing about presenter, let's bring it up here. Presenter, first off, I like it because it's free, and it helps a lot of ministries get involved, and it doesn't really cost a lot. But one thing that most people don't realize with presenter, if we go here to presenter and we go to download, this thing works on Windows, Mac, Chrome OS, and Linux. So this could run on a Chromebook that you can get for $200. So if you just wanted to use basic stuff, like even my daughter's Chromebook that I got her, that's $250, especially if you just want to have one display out that just puts full screen. I mean, you can't get no cheaper than that compared to not having to get a serious laptop with a GPU and all this other stuff. I mean, I need to do that one day. Maybe I'll install Worship Extreme on my daughter's Chromebook and see how it will work. Hold on. Actually, it's right behind here. Let me grab it. Oh, sat on the headphones. Not comfortable. All right. Do I have an extra cable here? Now I need to see if I remember. Oh, she doesn't have an HDMI out on this. So can I use my HDMI USB-C hub? I don't know if this will work. I'm surprised this Chromebook didn't have a HDMI out. But I don't know. My daughter loves stickers. So, and she left it logged in. Interesting. All right, I'm gonna hook this up, and I just want to see if I can get it out here. And what camera? I don't have my other camera on. All right, so here's my daughter's Chromebook, and I want to see, will this work? Now, I have it connected. Yep, all right, so I got a display here. Here's the Chromebook connected. So actually, let's switch over to that. Well, hold on. I don't know what my daughter has on her stuff here. She got the crazy YouTube stuff that I know I couldn't watch. All right, we're gonna go to Worship Extreme here, and oh, you're not on that screen. All right, let me install this first. because it's not, since it's dual screen, it's not showing the other screen here. Presenter. I wonder if it'll let me download Chrome OS. Okay, this is a little bit more detailed. Yeah, this is way more detailed than I thought. It can be done. I just can't be done right now. I guess I should have did a little bit more research before I tried to do this. But maybe I'll do that on a video just to show how this will work. But that adapter did work. So and maybe I'll do a detailed video so that if anybody wants to try that, they can. All right, let's see what else we out here. Paul. Hey AJ, our church has a piano. It has only headphones out only. How can I connect that to the main mixer? Do I need a DI box? What type of piano is it? Because for it to have just a headphone, it should have something. Based off what I learned from Chuck, you don't want to use the headphones, but if you don't have any other choice, then we might have to. Monty, thank you so much for the super chat, sir. I really greatly appreciate it. Monty dropping some hot fire on his channel. Please make sure y'all go support my brother over there. Monty teaching y'all some wisdom in how to use social media for your brand, for those who are looking to make some extra income. Leveraging technology and social and getting partnerships and all that other good stuff. Use some of his tips to get with the stuff that I just told you about, the PTZ cameras and stuff like that. So the stuff works. Back to Chad. I plan to use a Stream Deck to control 2 PTZ cameras when we buy them this year. I found a good YouTube video on setting up the Stream Deck for that. I think it would be easier for other volunteers to use. I would agree. I actually use the Stream Deck for all of OBS at my church. No one uses OBS directly. I really tried to go with vMix, but then all the screens kind of mess with them. And then nobody at my church, at least when I was bringing up their comments and stuff, nobody felt engaged by it. So that's why I just never switched back over to vMix for them. D. Russell Spencer Jr. What are your thoughts on Switcher Studio? I haven't used it. Yeah, I guess I've had a lot of people ask me that. I guess I should honestly cut out some time to play around with that. But no, personally, I haven't. We have a bunch of people on our Facebook group who does, and that's a great segue into, if you are not a part of our Facebook group, go ahead and join it, folks. Go to the link down below, bit.ly/MMMEFB, or just go to Facebook and look up Modern Media Ministry Made Easy. All you got to do is answer 3 questions, and then you automatically get in. And the main rule is no cross promotion, and don't live stream inside the group. That's pretty much it. And it's like this 24/7 with at least 2,600 media ministries from all over the world sharing and helping each other out. Kyle here wants to know, hey AJ, we recently bought 3 SMT AV PTZs 30X for our cameras for our church, but we have poor internet and we keep experiencing problems running them over NDI. We had to resort to a friend's ATEM sometimes. Second part, we're waiting on an internet upgrade by our service provider, but seek to stream on weekends, but it seems useless without the ATEM due to the unreliability of our internet service. Any suggestions? Well, if you're having an issue, your NDI is not tied to your internet. If you're having an issue, well, you specifically said NDI, so this is one of the reasons I personally don't use NDI unless you can really set everything up. NDI works great, but that's more about your internal network. and not just your internet. So if you were able to, like, for example, when we first were live streaming, well, I wasn't using Unify and I had switches and stuff like that, regular routers, we didn't segregate the Wi-Fi from the network. So if somebody got on their phone, it just tanked our entire internet. And that's the same way with NDI. NDI takes up, if you have a bad internal network, it will slow it down. And then you add on slow internet, it's going to make it even worse. But to be quite honest, if you had to do that, I would say put the NDI cameras on its own separate network completely. So like the only thing that's on there is the computer and the cameras. I would try that first if you're having bad performance. That's the first thing I'm thinking, because now you're trying to go out to the internet, but then talking to all the cameras are also over your network. So that's what I'm thinking initially based off of what you shared. Pat, hey AJ, how do I get video to show in the ATEM? You have to connect a computer to it and play video. The ATEM natively does not support video. You just have to hook up like I'm doing right now. I would have my computer connected to it that's playing a video through a video player or YouTube or something like that, full screen. That's the easiest way to do it. Kyle also wants to know, also another question. I have set up the cameras after watching your video, but I had reset them after having an issue. Since then, the default IP address has changed since we reset it. Is that a problem? No, I have not had that issue at all. If you set the IP addresses, unless there's no, well, even if you don't have power going to it, it saves those settings unless somebody resets it. I don't know. Honestly, I have not had it do that. So sorry, I can't help you on that one. Michael, hello from Philly. Oh yeah, on a side note, folks, I got some bad news. Not bad like that, but any people who are talking with me for installs or stuff like that, I just got notified that all the S16s or the DL16s are like back ordered for 2 months. So I've been trying to contact people through email who I'm supposed to be doing audio systems for, or in the future. Yeah, if you're looking for a Behringer X32 in any way, shape, or form, it's like all of the snakes are back ordered up until like May. And that was through Sweetwater, Adorama, everywhere. So, yeah, that's why you got to be quick to order some stuff. Mousy. You have me downloading to my Chromebook. Yeah, I'm telling you, it makes it easy. Back to Joshua. Hey, AJ, what is a good way to communicate with your team members in service? I've looked at comm systems, but they're a little expensive. Honestly, I would try doing like Google Duo or something like that. Because it's free and it's on iPhone and it is on Android. That's the easiest way, I would think. Just get a Bluetooth headset and open up a chat at the beginning of the service, and that way you can talk back, or video or audio only or something like that. That's what I would think. Or honestly, just get some walkie-talkies, cheap walkie-talkies, like the toy ones. Like even I know some people would get walkie-talkies when I used to go on cruises because it was easier to communicate that way than the amount that they were charging you to chat with each other. You can get walkie-talkies that can go 2 miles for like maybe $50. That's what I would think. Let's see. Make sure, folks, if you like what we're doing, make sure you hit that like button. Hey, the reason why we do that is because the algorithm, the more people that do engagement, comments, likes, everything like that, it pushes that video to the forefront of other people. So maybe should I do it? Can I show y'all the back end of how that stuff looks? Let me show you a few things. And as best as I can, I'm gonna go to the analytics here. And I don't want to show that. All right, I'm gonna show you the reach stuff. And this is something good for y'all to check out for if you're doing any form of live streaming on your church stuff as well too. It's kind of good to know where you stand with everything. All right, so here's the back end of my stuff right now. And I'm going to look for in the last 7 days. In the last 7 days, YouTube has pushed my videos to 377,000 people. And I'm getting a ringing in this mic. And then that's what the likes do. It helps push the traffic. 40% of the people who find my videos are from a YouTube search. They're from suggested videos. That's where that likes and everything come from, folks. So it's like, the more you like, that gives you engagement. If we go over here, it shows just how the duration of how long people watch my stuff. What is the most rated percentage of what's going on, who watches it, how long they watch it, everything like that. These are things that, you want to be mindful of, but then the more importantly is your reach. The more interaction they see, YouTube will start pushing this stuff to more people. That's why it's good for at a church. Tell your leadership, whether you get them to say it or you put up a graphic or something, just like I do, to say, remind people to like and to subscribe. That's how it grows. Once you see more interaction going in, then YouTube sees that. It starts analyzing the type of people who are watching your videos and then tries to find other people to match the people that you're that like your videos, and start offering your videos to people like the ones who like their videos. That's how you use the system. All these algorithms are set up that we can be used, but we need to learn how to use them from a ministry standpoint as well. All right, we just talked about that. Paul was saying it's a Yamaha piano. If there's no type of mono out, meaning that if that Yamaha has speakers built into it, then yes, I don't want nobody to knock me down on this one, but if your keyboard only has headphones out and there is no mono out or nothing like that, then yes, go ahead and use the headphones and just do a 1/4 inch, I'm assuming, and then you could go into a direct box. That would at least put that keyboard in your system. Joma, sorry if I'm pronouncing your name wrong. Thank you, sir, for all the insights and all just perfect to understand and to adapt. Blessings from the Netherlands. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Adapt. There it goes. Hey, you're welcome. And I'm glad to help. T wants to know, hi AJ, what is a way to allow musicians to talk to each other? I mean, I would think it's the same thing as what I was saying for communications. You could just have an open chat, like duo chat or something like that between them, and just have just audio. That would be the easiest thing. But I'm just wondering, how far apart are your musicians? Like with me, with my musicians that I've developed a relationship with, most of the time I talk with them through head bobs and stuff like that. So like if I need them, meaning that you need to pick the pace up, let's go. I'm like, so, but how close are they? How far away are they from each other for them to communicate? It's like somebody like in a drum room or a drum shield or something like that. Just wondering. All right, Mousy was saying when she was trying to do it on Chrome, it says has to install Linux. It says I don't have enough storage, need to get rid of some stuff. Oh, okay. I might play around with this on my daughter's when she's not here, so she doesn't see it. But man, I'm waiting for the chat to catch up to where I'm at. Elkton Bible Baptist Church here. I'm having trouble syncing audio with our live stream video. It looks like the sound it looks and sounds good to me while we're live, but watching the recordings later, the sound is definitely off. Is this really possible? Yes, if you're having that issue, it's most likely your computer is not able to process both at the same time, and the video is lagging behind. Audio is less intensive, that's why it's processing faster. So you're having the kung fu flick issues, the Godzilla movie type of thing, where it's like you hear the sound first and then the action comes later. What type of system are you using? What's the processor on it? Or how old is the system? It's mainly, you probably need a faster CPU or a GPU to hand off all the encoding responsibilities to, and that should solve that issue. I mean, Chris also has a suggestion of adding a delay, which is possible if you're using OBS or there's an external device. But my main concern is if you're getting that and you're doing everything from your computer, even if you put a delay on it, if the computer can't keep up, it's going to get delayed again. You're just delaying the inevitable if it can't keep up with both. Let me see. Hey, Kyle, and thanks for all your help. You've really modernized our media ministry. Can afford to be. Let me see. Otis also wanted to come in on the NDI stuff. Says ODS. I'm thinking ODST. Halo. But anyway, NDI is also CPU intensive, which it is. You need to have a good CPU and you need to have a good network for NDI. That's why most of the time I don't use it. I use just a direct connection. Let me see. So good. We have some stuff on here. Joshua wants to know also, are walkie-talkies not too loud? I mean, yeah, but I would get the walkie-talkies that you can have an earpiece in and then you don't have to worry about it at all. So it's good that everybody's helping each other. That's what it's all about. Okay, wait a minute. Elkton Bible Baptist is saying 2 cameras into the A10 Mini Pro, audio from the soundboard into the A10 Mini Pro, everything controlled with OBS. So if you're doing it through OBS, then the A10 Mini Pro is handling just like a switcher, and you're using the computer running OBS to handle the encoding. Is that correct? Because if so, what is the CPU on that system? Because again, I think that's the issue there. Sean was suggesting if you use walkies, make sure they're the ones without the keypad on the front, the ones with the numbers like require FCC license. Okay, thank you for that tip there. So we got a lot of good convo with each other talking about sounds and everything like that. Keith has a question here. Can you recommend a good mini mixer to plug into the main soundboard? Right now, the main board is analog. What type of mixer are you talking about? You mean like just another small one? What's going to be the purpose of it? Is just going to be for the live stream or what? Elkton Bible Baptist. I just set up an AMD Ryzen 9 5900, 16 gigabytes of memory, 1 terabyte SSD, and NVIDIA 3080. If that's what your live stream is running, I don't know. There's no way that should be doing that if that's what's handling your live stream. Man, that makes me think I need to upgrade. I need to upgrade my processor and get a new graphics card. They're close, but they're at angles. The drummer is behind the shield. They are more facing the stage than each other. Was wondering, since they are using headphones, was there a way that you can talk in those? I'm not aware of something like that. Yeah, I don't know. I have to turn that over to the group. Does anybody have any solutions for something like that? Um, let's see. Shane and Hannah, yeah, I actually started on time. I started at 10:30. Normally I would do 10:45, but I always started early. I actually started the live stream and let the 15-minute countdown go down entirely. So, yeah. So we're good. Pat also wants to know, can you run streaming separate from the main mixer? You can. That's what I normally do with some of the boards. I make a mix bus just for live stream. But like at my church, we don't have a board that does that. So we just run. You could run a line output, like a speaker output, into another mixer, and then you can control the volume if you needed to do it that way. We don't do it that way. Ours goes into a Behringer UltraMatch Pro, which gives us some more audio controls if we really needed to, and then it goes into our live stream. Veronica Jones. AJ, I'm here from Friendly Missionary Baptist Church in Tampa, Florida. I'm still waiting on control from in-house. Okay, I'm still waiting on control. Um, hmm, maybe I'm missing something. I mean, oh, trying to control the okay, I got you, I got you. So, did y'all ever get all the stuff that we suggested when I came down there, when I stopped by, or is that the stuff that you're still waiting on? Wants to know, could it be something set incorrectly in OBS? Well, I would say go into OBS and make sure you have your, because I mean, I have a 2070 and I have a Ryzen 9 3900X. But if I open this up real quick, and let me turn this off so I don't have a loop of a loop. So inside of here, make sure in your settings, you could verify just a few things. Come in here to your settings, and then you're gonna go to your output. Now, like mine changed for some other reason with a update. Even though it's set to software, that would be leaning on the CPU. My CPU is fast enough, but I wouldn't want to do that. I want to pick the GPU. But with that Ryzen 9, it should be more than enough. And if you're running Windows 10, I know Microsoft has pushed out some junk that's messed up the AMD CPU and GPU on Windows 10, and that may be a problem. Make sure you still have those options. But if you have a RTX, make sure your encoding is set to NVENC, and you should be fine. Unless you got a ridiculously high video bit rate. I mean, even at this with this system, I could stream this at 10,000. And it wouldn't be putting a strain on anything, whether I did CPU or GPU. So I'm not exactly sure, but I mean, just check those settings on your encoder in OBS. That's the only thing I could think that could be off. I got you. I totally understand. Joshua, do you have multi-view on the Mini Pro? Yes, you have the multi-view or HDMI out over the HDMI, not both. Um, that's the only issue I would say with the A2 Mini Pro. If you're using the A2 Mini Pro and you never have to put the cameras inside of the house and you can dedicate the HDMI just to your multi-view, it works good because then the USB can send the feed to wherever, or you live stream directly from the A2 Mini Pro. Me personally, with the installs I've been doing, I've been using the Extreme because they need to use the multi-view and output, kind of like what we did at Signs and Wonders. Ethan has a good suggestion here. It was saying, T, if you have a digital board, you can use regular mics and make them talkback mics by routing them only to the headphone outputs to the musicians. Great solution. Didn't even think about that. That's really cool. Norm is saying, alert, alert, do not use touch mix soundboard. It is all touchscreen, insanely difficult to use. Also, let y'all know, D told me that I have 2 churches that want me to do an install then in Florida. So we're going to be heading back down to Florida pretty soon when we get some more details. And it's like every single train on the face of the planet seems to be going by right now. So Elton said that they would check the GPU settings. Okay, cool. Back to Paul. Just now, I was doing a live stream to Facebook. Then, after finished streaming, I stopped streaming at OBS software. Normally, after a few seconds, a Facebook page will automatically stop. But just now, it didn't stop automatically. What was the problem? Or Facebook has upgraded? Facebook must have changed something, because normally in your settings of Facebook, you can say when the stream stops, it stops your live stream. That might have been reset. Like when I just looked at OBS, they did an update and that changed my settings. My stuff is always set to my GPU. So I would probably check that, which wouldn't be surprised that Facebook made a change like that. Art D wants to know, OBS has a Restream dock. How would I use it? Well, the Restream dock will centralize your comments based on everywhere where you're going to. That's one of the ways that you can use it. And it shows up automatically if you're connected to Restream as your streaming platform, or you can just go under View and Docs and open it back up if you need to see it again. Sean, this is a comm system possibility for the band depending on the board you're using. This is for T. The throne room pedals push to talk box, momentary XLR AB switcher, woodwind sound, and basswood sells them. Okay, awesome. Yeah, I think a lot of people are suggesting the same thing with offloading and coding to the GPU. Oh, T, wait a minute. T says she has an X32. Oh, you definitely can do that with your routing. You would, whatever they have, you could have that routed and only to go, kind of like how I did it at Abundant Life. Talkback B is routed to channel 16 on the P16, so they're the only ones that can hear that. But you could give a mic to each person and then just route it to go directly to another channel or something like that in their in-ears, so they're the only ones that can hear that. So yeah, that should be very straightforward with the X32. House of God Church, Tennessee. I just downloaded Worship Extreme Presenter on a separate laptop, and I'm trying to connect to my A10 Mini. However, whenever I connect it to one of the inputs, it only gives me the actual laptop's picture. All you got to do is hold down the Windows key and press the letter P and set. You're going to have a pop-up box that shows, and I don't know if it will let me do it without knocking my stuff out of whack, but let me see. Let me minimize this so you can see my screen. If you hit the Windows key and the letter P, you should see a window like this, and you just got to cycle through until it goes to extended, and then it will make the screen that's connected to your ATEM something separate. That's it. And yay, it didn't mess my screens up. Yeah, I love it, man. We got a lot of help going back and forth. Pat wants to know. Oh, wait a minute. I'm not even back on my camera. Yes, I am. I'm tripping. Let me see my screen here. Hey, AJay. I'm assuming you mean AJay. Can you teach on IP addresses? In what aspect do you want help with IP addresses? Give me a direction, because I could just talk. But let me know which direction to go with it. Um, let's see. What time is it? Man, we've been going for a minute, folks. I didn't realize we've been going for what, an hour and a half? A little bit more than that. Let me see. Stream settings, stream health. Where is it at? Yeah, folks, really appreciate y'all being on here with me today. Hopefully, some of the stuff we're talking about, at least making your journey a little bit easier in understanding all this stuff. And you think we're on episode 51. We've almost done this every Friday, almost 2 years straight. So, really excited about all of that stuff. Sean also wants to say Woodwind and Brasswind is the name of the company for the that sells the device that he was talking about. Yeah. So what I got going on for me today is I got a carload of stuff that I need to drop off at First Union at 2:00. Josh has another meme show that's coming up tonight. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be on there. I think Monty, Mike is also going to be on there. I might try and pop in, but I have a daddy-daughter date. So that's why I'm not going to be there. Spending quality time with my princess. I got 2 consultations on Saturday, 11 and 10, I believe. Then after that, me and the little one is going bowling, and it's just me and the daughter watching movies and just hanging out, loving on my little one. Might go out and fly some model rockets or something like that as well too. But enjoying, folks, man. I'm looking at this little girl's pictures right now. I don't know if it can reach. No, I can't. But I got a digital photo photo display right here, and it just shows all my pictures of this little girl. Man, I mean, it's like, you always heard the statement that they grow up so fast, and I always heard that, but I was like, man, I remember when she used to just be tiny and just laying on my chest all the time. Now she, big girl. It's humbling, folks. Like, she'll tell me that when she has a break at school, she'll go to my channel and share with her classmates saying that my daddy's a YouTuber. Man, that makes me proud. The fact that my daughter is proud of and brags about what her dad does. You can't put words to that. Back to Paul. Regarding about the piano, just that you can go through a direct box or connect directly to a mixer. So at the mixer, I plug in as line in. Can I use XLR input on the mixer, which is better? I mean, that's up to you. You can go from a 1/4 inch to an XLR. You can go 1/4 inch to 1/4 inch. I mean, it's up to your connections there. So back to Pat. To maneuver between sources. Well, I mean, in a high level, just consider your IP address like a regular address, like a zip code. And you have 4 sections. So, like, for example, say 192.168.1, that you have 4 sections, and that's your address. So, like for me, in my church, I would have like 192.168.0.1. That would be the main networking stuff. And say I want to isolate the Wi-Fi for the guests so that they can't get onto anything. You could as simply do address all your wireless people to connect to addresses 192.168.100.1. That's almost like, if I had to do a parallel, that's almost like, hey, the first address is in Virginia. By changing it to 100.1, you're in Tennessee. You know, can you get there? Yeah, you can, but you got to do a whole lot of working around that the average person would not do. And it's like you're physically separating the addresses. Like for me, all of the stuff I have here, my smart devices, that are here in my network, they are on its own network. My TVs, everything. All of my smart devices, like my lights and everything, they're on a separate network. If you came into my apartment and you're a guest, you're on a guest network that is completely different. And their IP address is like 10.0.0.1, a completely different address. So that if you ever try to bridge the gap and get into my network, first off, it's going to say you're an intruder because you're coming from a device that was never assigned an IP address from my DHCP server. But I don't know, I'm getting too detailed with that. But yeah, like I said, I could talk about that, but just consider it an address, and you want to have all, like when we were talking about the NDI, that's like you making your own zip code, and the only devices in that zip code are NDI devices, so they're not competing with each other. They're only talking to each other. There's nobody else coming in doing anything. Like originally when I was at my church, we just had we had the wireless access as well as all of the computers and the media. They were on the same network. So somebody on the Wi-Fi started tanking the signal, it affected everybody else. Compared to now, I've segregated everything. The media is on something else. The Wi-Fi is on something completely different. If they tank the Wi-Fi, it's only going to affect everybody else on the Wi-Fi. It will never affect the computers in the media ministry. And they're separated by IP addresses as well as other stuff. So I think that's enough because I'm starting to nerd out on that. Sean, thank you so much. He said he's going to post a link in the Facebook group. Appreciate that. Let's see. Yes, very much so. I met her before she got to school, and then loved up on her for a little bit. Everybody was looking. Your daddy just came to give you a hug. Yes, I did. And then I'm gonna pick her up and then go from there. Shane, the plan is I want to come to London, come back to Germany, actually stay at Germany instead of just being a layover sometime this year. I don't know. That was the plan originally. So we'll see. Absolutely. So folks, I think that's about it. I need to get cleaned up, and then I got a bunch of stuff in the car that I need to take to First Union by 2 so I can clean out my car so I can have room for my daughter to get there. Be on the lookout. I'm going to try and throw this video together that I did at Signs and Wonders this morning. The other speaker should be here Monday. I got a bunch, those same mics that I was just talking about, the GTD audio, they should be here today for First Union. And we just got a lot of stuff. First Union, we're going to be knocking that out next week because we want to get it up and done. And I got a bunch of other systems going on as well, too. We're going to be, we're almost done with Signs and Wonders. The main thing is going to be getting that stuff. The cables ran into the ceiling from the front. And then we're going to do some training and stuff like that. So really excited. I need to go get some grocery shopping for the little ones here. And no, this stuff was delivered. I'm looking for, the other mics are talking about they're not going to be delivered till 8 o'clock today. And then my other stuff is going to be here Saturday. We got 3 TVs that were hanging from the ceiling. So I got one of those mounts. The other 2 are going to be here Saturday, as well as the PTZ mounts. And then the only thing else, I got to order the Unify stuff, the networking, the other TV. And there's something else I was supposed to order. I can't remember. Oh, yeah, the personal mixers, because they have an X32 and they want to have personal mixers for the musicians to get rid of the amps and stuff like that. That's why I got to order. But anyway, thank you so much, folks. I really appreciate it. And I think I fixed my supporter message. So big shout out to all of my supporters on YouTube and Patreon. Really appreciate it. I could not do this without them, and I really appreciate everything they're doing. Mike is one of them, a bunch of them on here who've done that. And you too can become a patron for as little as $1 a month, or you can click the join button down below here in YouTube, become a member. No matter which way you pick, folks, you are helping us train and empower media ministries all over the world. We are at 47,536 subscribers. So we're still doing our giveaway. The link does not work. I need to do something new that way, but be on the lookout for that. Once we hit 50,000, we're going to be giving away a PTZ Optics 20X PTZ camera or an equivalent, and then I'm going to be throwing in for a runner-up a A10 Mini Extreme. If it doesn't work out, we'll flip it around. We're giving away A10 Mini Extreme, and then we might, you never know, maybe Ada Imaging, maybe we can do one of these cameras if they have one available to give away. We don't know. I can't speak on their behalf, but we'll see what we can do. But hey, folks, if no one has ever told you, thank you for all the hard work that you're doing for your media ministry. It is not something simple. You're doing a lot of study. You're doing a lot of work, a lot of trial and error. I know you might get frustrated sometimes, and honestly, you're probably not getting all the kudos and the thanks and appreciation that you probably rightly deserve. So that's why I take moments like this to say thank you for everything that you're doing, because I might not be a part of your ministry, but guess what? We're all a part of the body of Christ, and whatever you're doing is benefiting me and everybody else here. So thank you for your dedication. Thank you for following the call, because we were called to do what we're doing here, because there's no way you would have stuck with this if it wasn't. So I appreciate you, love you, keep up the hard work, and I would do everything I possibly can within my power to help give you the wisdom and knowledge to help make your journey a little bit easier. So you have yourself a great day, evening, afternoon, wherever you is all over the face of the planet, and we'll be seeing y'all in the next video, folks. Later.